Wemby
Wemby.
looking
I like it how
good.
everybody. Yeah, I like it how everybody in our group chat, in our group chat with our friends,
Hmm.
they're all coming at me. You better sign the Wemby apology form, and I like getting them all pissed off and riled up. And I said, "We all crying for nothing, man. Is it did Wemby score 40? No, he didn't need to. He played 26 minutes, and then Mitch said, "No, I'm going to save him because they're going to be on the second night of a back-to-back." They were
Right.
blowing out the Lakers. The Lakers set everybody, dude. They set
Hey,
all their starters.
a win is a win is a win. Spurs
Oh
covered the
yeah, I know
spread.
that. Yeah, I know that. I'm just saying the Lakers set everybody. So I mean, it was going to be an easy game for the Spurs, and they actually took care of business early. They went ahead and blew out the Lakers early. They coasted the rest of the game. It's good because then you got other players that got some playing time. You saw Bismack Biyombo out there, and some of the other players. McLaren was out there, and that's good. I mean, you need to let them get some playing time as well in a blowout loss.
Right. They look good, dude. They won a game they're supposed to win.
Exactly. It's not like they won barely by 7 points after squandering a 28-point lead. No, they took care of business. Good for them. What's the spread looking like tonight, though, Mike? Did you see already?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
I'll show it to you in a little bit. Ridiculous again, dude. Ridiculous. And you heard the hater, Spurs hater, Robert Horry?
Rory? I know.
Hey,
I'm,
guy.
I'm tweeting now that the show's starting.
Robert Horry, does he low-key just hate the Spurs? Did he enjoy his time here at all?
You know
It
what?
seems like
We can't bash him though, man. He gave us 2005.
Yeah, but it seems like he always has nice things to say about everybody else.
Where the dreams don't fade from the river walk nights to the Alamo shade. We rise together through the highs and the lows. Area 210. Oh, it's the life that we chose.
We're rising together on a victory Wednesday. It's also a game day Wednesday for the San Antonio Spurs, who beat the living crap out of the LA Lakers last night in La La Land. My name is Mike Jimenez. That's Joe Garcia. This is the Area 210 podcast powered by PF Chang's La Cantera and the Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio. It's going to be a big show, talking a lot of Spurs today because the Spurs got out to a big start. Wemby, 40 points last night. He was on his way to 50. Joe's still not wanting to sign the apology form.
No.
But he was on his way to 50, but it wasn't needed because the Spurs got out to a big victory. Second leading scorer of the game, though, was Bryant. He looked good, man. I'm just saying he's looking more and more comfortable on the offense. He's got that Bruce Bowen corner three going. There are flashes there, Joe, that something is there. Now, how big or how great is he going to become? We don't know.
Sohan could never.
There. Sohan could never. Sohan's still there, looking like a highlighter. Bismack Biyombo sniffed the court, but Sohan did it.
Isn't that embarrassing, bro? Like at this day and age, right? In Sohan's career, in the day of our Lord, like Mike Taylor likes to say, everybody got to sniff the court except for the highlighter.
Yeah.
So Sohan. Even like you said, even Bismack Biyombo was out there.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, man.
Now, it was a glorified G League team that we beat last night.
Yeah.
Okay, because there was no Luka Doncic, no Austin Reeves, no LeBron James, no Marcus Smart. So 4 of the 5 starters, if you will, gone. So Wemby takes the court and just dominated. There was nobody to guard Wemby, first of all. LaRavia couldn't even stop him remotely, right?
Yeah.
But Wemby was throbbing. Joe, dare I say it, he was throbbing last night. Every shot was falling. The alley-oop off the backboard from De'Aaron Fox was pretty nice, Joe. How that doesn't count as an assist, I don't know, but so many things to go on. So many great stats about this game. First and foremost, did you know that Wemby passed Manu Ginobili for the most 40-point games in Spurs history? That's amazing.
Mira Wemby.
So actually, he tied Manu with 6. So here's the thing: most 40-point games, according to Jordan Howenstein, says that the Spurs, George Gervin had the most with 67 in his career. David Robinson with 22, Mike Mitchell with 10, and at number 4, Wemby and Manu at 6. Wemby passed Monty when it comes to most 30-point games on that top 10 list yesterday. It was a great game for the Spurs as they got the victory last night. Interesting stat from Dan Wise of FanDuel Sports Network and WOAI. Spurs have had 130 points scored in back-to-back-to-back games.
No.
And that hasn't happened, Joe. You know when the last time that happened was?
When?
1978.
Yeah.
The Spurs have scored 130 plus in 3 straight games for the first time since October 24 through October 31st of 1978. Something is going on with this team, Joe. I know they play with a G League squad, right? And they're going to try to exercise some demons because they have the Golden State Warriors tonight there in San Francisco. But it's just an amazing turn of events that is being led by Mitch Johnson. And you're showing me that graphic there showing that Victor Wembanyama is the youngest player to score 25 points in the first quarter in the play-by-play era. 1997 and 1998 is when that all started. So they tried to explain that during the game. So Sean Elliott was like, hey, wait a minute. We know the record. The record is 33 set by George Gervin. That's the Spurs record. It's been the record. It was the NBA record for many, many years. I think Steph Curry broke it. But the play-by-play era is basically when the NBA started tracking every single play. And when it comes to Spurs, most points in a Spurs game, George Gervin back in the 80s got 33. David Robinson, when he scored the 70-plus game points to win the scoring title back in the day, David Robinson had more than 25. Wemby is now third on that list with 25 points scored, all in the first quarter of last night's game. 40 for the night. He wasn't needed. They took him out midway through the third quarter. He never came back. That alley-oop there does not count as an assist, but it may as well, man.
Mike, he had 37 points at the half, right? 37 points. Let that sink in, right?
Yeah.
Then he came back. Mitch Johnson let him score another bucket or so, and then he's like, you know what? We're going to yank him. We don't need him out there. And rightfully so. And why, Mike? Because they're going to be on the back end now of a back-to-back against Golden State. So why have him play out there the whole game? Could he have scored 50? Probably. But if you didn't need him to, why keep him out there and risk injury, right?
Mm-hmm. That's it. And speaking of risk and injury, Stephon Castle in the second quarter, he came down hard going for that block, Joe. I have it on my Twitter page.
Twitter? Let's go ahead and take a look.
It's a replay of it from a close-up shot. He got a really good block in there, but came down hard on his tailbone. The tests have come back negative. He's going to be fine, but will he be there? He's not going to play tonight. He didn't play the rest of last night, but whether he's going to play in the Rising Stars Challenge this upcoming weekend at the All-Star festivities is to be determined. But that was a hard fall.
I see it.
And whenever you see him hit the ground and not come back up, you see Dylan Harper and Castle and Fox hit the ground all the time, but they bounce back up.
Defensive play.
Courtesy of FanDuel.
Yeah.
Just came down hard on his tailbone. My goodness. But what a block on Rui.
Oof. I thought he had a concussion at first because he just, stayed on the ground for so long. But after they took him back and they did x-rays and all that, and they came back negative, I mean, you can tell. Just look at how he came down on his tailbone. I mean, he's going to be sore.
Yeah, it looked like, you didn't know what the injury was. Was it his back? Yeah. Was it his tailbone? Was it a concussion? Because his head did hit the back. The back of his head did hit the court. But apparently it's the tailbone that's an injury. Described as a contusion. Don't know how long he'll be out, but he'll be out for tonight's game. This is the last game before the All-Star break weekend. So no Spurs games for a week after tonight. Spurs got the win last night. Lots of storylines in this game, Joe. Wemby was phenomenal. I mean, he was phenomenal. The Spurs altogether were just shooting lights out because the great stat was the first 20 minutes of the game. So that's 12 minutes of the first quarter and 8 minutes of the second quarter. The first 20 minutes, the Spurs did not have back-to-back misses.
Yeah.
That is the team just couldn't miss. And the Spurs got the victory last night. Ran away with it. There wasn't even any effort to come back by the Lakers, right? There wasn't that last second push. They rolled over and died. 136.
They showed their bellies. They showed their bellies real quick.
136 to 108. The Spurs last night shot 44% from three. Again, if they're shooting that way from three, they're gonna win the game because they have pretty good defense, right? But the Spurs are on track to have mid-50 number of wins, 55, 56, 57 wins.
Yeah.
Spurs are on track to be the 2 seed in the West. And on top of that, Joe, there was a great stat that was showed that I put on Twitter earlier today, talking about the top 5 teams in the Eastern Conference, top 5 or 6 teams. We talk about this team being, not very consistent. We talk about this team losing the games to the Jazz that they shouldn't have. They lost a game to Portland they shouldn't have.
Hornets.
They lost the game to the Hornets that they shouldn't have. Well, at least the Hornets are good. The Pelicans was one that's a little bit dicey.
Trailblazers,
Right. But if you look at how they play against each other, top 6 teams of the Western Conference, according to Dan Wise online, follow him at Dan Wise PBP. The Spurs are first with a 10-5 record. So this is among the Spurs, the Nuggets, the Thunder, the Lakers, the Rockets, and the Wolves. The top 6 teams in the West, right? The Spurs are 10-5 against those teams. So those are the teams that we're going to play in the playoffs. The second best record belongs to the Denver Nuggets at 5-4. Oklahoma City, Joe, the 1 seed that started out 24-0 against the Spurs, Nuggets, Lakers, Rockets, and Wolves, has a record of 7-7. The Lakers are now 4-5 against the Western Conference top 5. The Rockets are 5-6, and the T-Wolves are 4-8. That being said, I'm wondering whether or not Shaq was right. Maybe the Spurs should look at being a front runner in the Western Conference. Maybe the Spurs should be considered a championship contender. And we talked about this earlier this week, moving the goalposts. The goalpost earlier this year was just make the playoffs, baby. Vegas says you're going to be a play-in team or be on the outside of the playoffs, play-in, right? Maybe a 10 or 11 seed going into the win a few extra games, yada, yada, yada. But we figured it takes 46 wins to make the playoffs, to be in the top 6.
Yeah, to be in the play-in, yeah.
Well, to be outside the play-in, to like be in the top 6, to get your spot guaranteed in the playoffs, we figured 46 to 40. Yeah, we get there, right?
Yeah.
And we said earlier this year that we'd be happy if the Spurs did that. But now you're looking at it, Joe. They just keep winning 7 out of 10 games. It's just
los Spurs, they're exceeding expectations.
They're exceeding expectations. The 2 or 3 teams that they lose to, they should beat, but they somehow lose those games. But that's how basketball rolls. I mean, Indiana beat Oklahoma City earlier this year, right? And David Atwater saying Oklahoma City has a tougher strength of schedule. No, they don't. They have the exact same schedule. Every team in the NBA has the exact same schedule.
They play the same number of teams.
Every team in the Western Conference has the same schedule. Every team in the Eastern Conference has the same schedule. Okay? So the West and the East don't have the same schedule because you play the Western Conference more than you play the East. So enough of this bull crap about strength of schedule. That's not true. That's not true. We have the exact same schedule that they do. The exact same home games against the Lakers, the exact same road games, the exact same number of games against the Nuggets. The exact, the only difference is we picked up an extra game against Oklahoma City because of the Emirates Cup. So no, there's no strength of schedule. This isn't SEC talk about this, that, and the other. The Spurs are playing very good basketball this year. And Mitch Johnson brought up something the other day. I think it was yesterday when they were talking about the fact that Stephon Castle got passed up for the All-Star bid after Curry got hurt. They brought in Brandon Ingram. We're like, it's got to be a small, right? No, they brought in Brandon Ingram, a power forward / center to come in and take the spot.
Yeah.
But they asked the question, hey, there are a lot of teams out there that have 2 All-Stars, but the Spurs are not one of them. Mitch Johnson says, well, that better mean that Wemby's being considered for MVP. And we heard from Robert Horry. Robert Horry, former Spur, who lifted this team to the 2005 NBA Finals championship. So I have love for Robert Horry, but Robert Horry has been on record by saying that he believes that the greatest big man he's ever played with was Hakeem. It wasn't Duncan. And I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that because Hakeem is a top 15 player of all time. So it's not like he said Garnett, right? He said a top 15 player in Hakeem Olajuwon, which is fine. Hakeem was a 2-time champion. The 2 years that Jordan was out of the NBA, he got the ring in Houston, and Horry was there for the ride. But Horry coming out, I think was he talking to Michelle Beadle on the FanDuel Network?
I think he was, man.
And given
You
his
put it on
impression
your
about
X, right? You put it on your X.
given his impression about the Spurs and about Wemby, and they're asking the question, is Wemby an MVP candidate? And he was quick to say no. I mean, he shot it down. So if we have that sound, Joe, let's go ahead and play it.
I'm looking for it right now. You put it on your X because I don't see
I
it. dude.
I retweeted it, dude.
I don't see it.
He basically
did-
said that he doesn't even think even remotely close, like not even consideration, is what Robert Horry is saying. Robert Horry is coming out and saying that.
There it is. Yeah, I found it.
All right, let's hear from Robert Horry, former Spur.
Consistent for me, and he's not in my top 5 though, but he is an incredible player.
Wait, he's not in your top 5?
He's not in my top
How?
5 because he hasn't played enough games for me to be in my top 5. And he's too inconsistent for me, and he's only averaging 24 points. And to me, you gotta be. You think about Kobe Bryant won MVP. You would think about Shaq that won it. LeBron James is one. These guys have put up better numbers and did more things that Victor has done. So I think we trying to anoint him as the next great too fast. Don't get me wrong, the kid is absolutely fantastic, but he ain't no LeBron James.
He's averaging
He ain't no Kobe
24,
Bryant.
Rob, 11, and 3 blocks.
3 blocks. He's 7'6".
In less than
They should be
30
averaging
minutes.
6 blocks a game.
Damn.
Your expectations of Victor Wembanyama are not Victor Wembanyama's responsibility. But at the end of the day,
if you
he's
want my
doing it
vote
on
for MVP, which I do have a vote.
Okay, so here's the thing. Vegas kind of agrees with Robert Horry because Robert Horry says he's not in his top 5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, David's saying 24 points is damn good. It is damn good when you're also going to be Defensive Player of the Year. Again, he gets to 65. He's played with 40 games this year. He gets to 65. He gets to be in the conversation for these awards. But Vegas right now, look at the odds according to FanDuel, right? The Vegas sports.
I'm going to put these up here, man.
Is that the odds to win Defensive Player of the Year?
Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, so that's a stat defender according to Kalshi Sports, Defensive Player of the Year, saying that Wemby has a 70% chance. Really, if he gets to 65 games played, he's going to be Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm looking at the FanDuel odds. They have it at minus 280, which is basically a 75% chance of winning the award. Chet Holmgren's at plus 270. Rudy Gobert and Scotty Barnes are far, far away in 3rd and 4th place right now. When it comes to MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is considered to be the number 1 choice right now at minus 220. Nikola Jokic, who's won the award several times before, is at 3-1 odds. I like the 3 spot, Joe. Cade Cunningham at 20-1 odds. Who would have thought that Detroit was going to be the 1 seed in the East? Why isn't he getting love? 20-1 odds right now. Luka Doncic, who leads the league in scoring, at 20-1 odds as well. Jaylen Brown is at 60-1, followed by Wemby. So Wemby has the 6th best odds right now at 70-1, and then after that, it falls off a cliff. So really, it's a 6-horse race right now for the MVP, and Wemby's in 6th place right now.
Mira Wemby.
Vegas sports odds. He's playing well,
But
dude.
Is he going to stay healthy enough though to win? That's the only thing that I
Joe,
hope
that could
doesn't
be
happen. You know?
that can be said about any player. That can be said about any player.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I don't want him not to be healthy. I would love him to win Defensive Player of the Year. He hasn't won it in the years past because why? He's been out. You know, he had injury and whatnot. It'd be cool to see him win it finally. You know, I mean, this year he started with injury again. You know, he sat out a number of games, came back. Now he's starting to look like Wembeyaso, not Wimpy Ganas, but Wembeyaso. And it'd be cool for him to win.
Please read Sam Salinas' comment there.
Oh yeah, I'm have it ready to go. He's right here. He goes, Joe, let's say Wemby doesn't score 50 in a game this season, but he does win MVP. Well, he signed the apology form then. He ain't gonna win MVP, bro. Come on, man. What y'all?
But will he be 1st team All NBA?
He probably will be, but he ain't gonna win MVP.
So 1st team All NBA is a big deal. Sam also reaches out to us and says Robert Horry in this voice wants a Spur.
Oh, he's a Spur. Freaking Spur Sims, bro. Come on, get out of here with that. The Wemby for MVP was stupid in December. Okay, when I went to these games and I was just rolling my eyes going, why are we chanting MVP after game 1? Why are we chanting MVP 2 months into the year? Or when Wemby missed a whole month, right? Comes back
and then they're chanting MVP, and he was coming off the bench.
No, they were chanting Wemby, and you were rolling your eyes, and you were saying,
it's
stupid.
It's stupid. It really is stupid. And it's not like like no other teams exist, right? Like Cade Cunningham ain't having an MVP, isn't balling like an MVP right now. Like Luka Doncic isn't balling out right now, right? So, but Wemby has been healthy the past month and a half. Wemby has been playing at an all NBA level the past month and a half, and the team keeps winning, Joe. And what's so funny about the standings, Joe, is that when the Spurs keep winning, it's beyond staying at the number 2 spot. We're kind of creeping up on Oklahoma City, if you've noticed that, Joe.
You ain't gonna catch him, bro. Don't give him that. Don't do that. Don't give him false hope, bro.
I'm just why not?
Because then
Why
you're
not?
making yourself sound like a Spurs simp, giving everybody false hope. Oklahoma's number 1, dude. They're gonna hang on to that number 1 spot. We'll be lucky if the Spurs hang on to number 2. They could drop down a little bit depending on what happens with the other teams. You know, there's still a lot of basketball left to be played. If they hang and they stay at number 2, that's great. They exceeded expectations, but they're not going to be number 1, bro. Come on,
Joe. Right now, the Spurs have 16 losses, right? We're 3 losses. We have 3 more losses than Oklahoma City. 3 fewer losses than Houston. We're literally in the middle. We are just as close to Houston, the 3 spot, as we are to Oklahoma City, the 1 spot. And if you look at the last 11 games, Spurs are 8-3. Last 10 games, Oklahoma City's 5-5.
You're going to guarantee they're going to get the number 1.
I never said guaranteed.
I want to hear those words come out of your mouth.
What I am saying, Joe, is that the realm of possibility is there. I'm looking at Oklahoma City's last 10 games, right?
Yeah.
Lost to Indiana, lost to Toronto, lost to Minnesota, lost to the Spurs, and lost to Houston. I mean, I thought this was a team that was 24-0 that was destined to be one of the best teams of all time. I think you're holding your hat to the fact that they were they were red hot earlier this year. They were throbbing earlier this year. And now, guess what, Joe? They're just another team. They are just another team. Are they a good team?
They ain't just another team. Who are they? Who is OKC right now? The defending NBA champs. They ain't just another team, dude.
Hey, man, what have you done for me lately, man? How was that for the Chiefs and for the Eagles last year? They were both in the Super Bowl, right?
So what, OKC ain't going to be there again? They ain't going to be in the Western Conference Finals? No?
No, I'm just saying, why not? They're not, Joe, this unbeatable juggernaut of a team. I think teams are starting to figure them out a little bit. And I think there are certain teams out there, namely the Spurs and the Rockets, who have certain types of physicality and athleticism that they can't match. I think the Rockets can beat them up, and I think the Spurs can outrun them. And that's weird because Oklahoma City is known for what? Outrunning their opponents.
Yeah.
Spurs have won 4 out of 5 against them. You can say, oh, well, they benched all those other. Well, great. What about those other games? Because SGA was out there the other games. Chat was out there the other games. Yeah. Hartenstein was out there the other games. Okay, so they rolled over and showed their belly one time. Spurs still beat them 4 out of 5 times this year.
So what would you want, Mike, and everybody else in the chat? They want the Spurs to be the number 1 seed and then get absolutely embarrassed in the first round? And you're going to be like, Mirda?
By who?
Los Spurs get number 1? And then they get beat by the 8th seed. That's who they're going to play.
That's happened one time in Spurs history. It's happened 2 times.
I'm saying this is what's going to happen again if they get the number 1 seed.
What's the difference between getting the 1 and the 2 seed? You can say, hey, that can be said about anybody, Joe.
But I'm saying that's what the Spurs fans want. They want to be number 1 so they can get embarrassed in the playoffs. Like, come on, man.
What? So the Spurs lose in the first round as the
Bro,
2 seed, they would
you've
be
seen this team, man. I'm like, the team is better, yes. But are they going to really go that far in the playoffs?
Joe, they've scored 130 plus points for the first time since 1978, Joe. I don't know why you can't see that. Why you can't admit
you're giving them all
these
accolades, and they ain't even played 1 playoff game yet. All I'm saying is that it's one thing to
dude. Oklahoma City had not won it, Oklahoma City had not won a finals before until last year.
Beaters, like they're championship contenders now, and they're not, dude.
They're championship contenders this year, Joe.
No.
I'm not saying that they're going to win it, but they are contenders this year because they're. You know what, Joe? You effing say it all the time. Numbers never lie. What do you say, Joe? What do you say? Give me the line. Give me the line.
Lie. people lie, but the numbers don't lie.
And what do the numbers lie? What do the numbers lie, Joe? You know what the numbers say, Joe?
What
There's
do
a
they
stat
say?
out. There's a stat out there, Joe, that says that over the last 10 years, every single team that's won the NBA Finals has gone 40 or in their first 60 games of the year have gone 40 and 20 or better, Joe. Right? 40 and 20 or better, Joe. Did you know that there's only 3 teams on track to do that this year? Oklahoma City, Detroit, and San Antonio.
Good.
The Spurs are an elite team, and I don't think that we're looking at that because we look at that going, oh, well, we don't have a consistent three-point shooter, which is true. We have a rookie head coach, which is true. But at the end of the day, the numbers don't lie. The end of the day is they're on track for 58 wins. That is what the end of the day is. Dude. And if the end of the day is also, since they started 24-0, right? Because that's what Oklahoma City was, 24-0. Their record right now is let's see here. What's Oklahoma City's record right now? They're 41-13. So they are 17-13 since their hot start.
Yeah, but what does history tell you about this team,
which is what? 17-13. Extrapolate that for 82
You can
games,
tell me, you can read out all the numbers, but I'm going to tell everybody, and they're going to have to understand this. This team is set up for heartbreak because if you look in years past, right, what's happened with San Antonio Spurs basketball, right, with the team when they've gone up against other teams in the playoffs, right? There's always been heartache because there's teams in front of you that are better, right? And the intensity gets amplified when you get into the playoffs. All I'm saying is that I know this team. They're young still. They still have a lot of inexperience when it comes to getting into the postseason. That's going to rear its ugly head, unfortunately, Mike. Because if you look in years past, what's happened is in order to get to the Western Conference Finals, in order to get to the NBA Finals, sometimes you have to have heartache, dude.
No,
you know,
and
that's going to happen, man. That's a powerful teacher. Defeat is a powerful teacher.
Show me that heartache that Oklahoma City had.
Bro, they weren't even a good team for years, and then they started getting better and better because of the picks.
No, instantaneously. It
happened,
came back.
Though.
They didn't have
just
this.
Telling you, Mike.
Because who are the world beaters in the Western Conference? Are we going to talk about the Lakers? Even if the Lakers have LeBron and Luka Doncic out there, they're not a very good team. Who's the world beater? Is it going to be Golden State, who's getting old, who Curry needs to go off for 50 points in a game for them to even have a chance to win a playoff game anymore? Is it going to be Phoenix? No. Is it going to be Minnesota? No. Houston, the Spurs can go toe-to-toe with Houston. The Spurs can go toe-to-toe with Denver. Oklahoma City, the Spurs have beat them 4 out of 5 times this year. All I'm saying is that there isn't that one team out there. Like I guess what I'm saying is that like over the last 20 years, you've had these dominant teams out there that you have to go through us to get to the NBA Finals. And it used to be the Spurs and Lakers, right? When the Spurs and Lakers, Spurs won 5 in Kobe era. I mean, the Kobe era had 5 chips. Spurs had 5 chips. And you had to go through the Lakers. You had to go through the Spurs, right? And it was a juggernaut, and that was the mountain that you had to climb. In the Eastern Conference, it was whoever was playing, LeBron was playing for, or the Celtics. You had to climb that mountain, right? Whether he was with the Cavs or with the Heat or with whomever, you had to climb that mountain. What's the mountain now, Joe? The Rockets?
The mountain now is themselves. The mountain now is themselves. The mountain now is themselves playing consistent basketball. They have yet to do that, Mike.
You're talking about how all
and you're telling me, oh, this is a championship contending team. They're going to be there, Joe. You watch. No,
I never
bro.
say that. I'm just saying that we should not be surprised if it's there. Let me ask you this, Joe. You keep saying that these other teams have another level. Who's to say
there is another gear, bro? There's another gear.
Who's to say that the Spurs don't have that gear?
Bro, this ain't it, man.
Because we've seen that gear from the Rockets. Because we've seen that gear from
you know who needs to have that other gear and what's going to happen when push comes to shove? Wemby's going to fold, bro. I guarantee it. Guaranteed. You watch.
Well, guess what, Joe? This isn't just Wemby's team. It's also Castle's team.
But the Spurs go as Wemby goes, and they're going to need their best player out there to have a great game.
Actually, the Spurs go as Harrison Barnes goes, according to
oh my God, not the Corolla. Hey,
Spurs are undefeated when he scores 15 points, which he didn't have last night. But let's talk about Carter Bryant, Joe.
No, I was gonna say we have a incoming super chat. We got it.
Oh, we do. I didn't see it.
Here comes the money.
So this one is from Caps 210. And he's talking about Wemby. He's like, I'm just glad he's healthy and playing. That's all we need. Well, true. You need him to be healthy. And we had another incoming super chat that we're going to address right here too. There's been a bunch of stuff coming in.
The Spurs motor,
Here we
though, and
go.
before we address the super chat,
Yeah.
the Spurs motor, though, we talked about this before the season started, with that the Spurs need to have an identity. And when you have
That's
Castle,
soft. They're soft. That's their identity. Soft.
oh, dude, don't let me throw this computer out the window.
Oh,
Joe.
bro, they've been soft the whole. Even Mitch Johnson has called them out for being soft, bro. That's their identity.
Joe, the hallmark of this team, Joe, is defense. Because when you have Wemby, who's Defensive Player of the Year, out there, dude, the number of pockets picked that Castle, Harper, and Fox did yesterday, swipe of the Fox yesterday, again, one-on-one, individually, they're good defensive players, and the emergence of Carter Bryant going out there to go along with Luke Cornett, and then Keldon bringing it defensively as well, this team defensively is solid. If they shoot 36% or better, that's a stat line that I'm going to check, Joe. I'm going to look at that stat line. I'm going to look at the Spurs stats. And
also look at how many double-digit leads they squandered this season, too.
Great. And also, they've also beat Oklahoma City 4 times. They've beaten Denver on the road. They've beaten good teams.
But don't forget all the other little no-name teams that go out there and just absolutely embarrass them.
Oklahoma City should just pack up their shit because they lost to Indiana 2 weeks ago, right? Is that what you're saying?
I'm just telling you. I mean, you all are over here. You're part of
they
the
lost
Spurs simps.
They lost to
You're
Indiana.
Just Spurs crowd. You got your glasses on.
They lost to Indiana. They should leave, right? Indiana's the worst.
You're glazing them. You're just glazing them, man.
Every team is Joe. If the Spurs are so inconsistent, what does that say about the Lakers, who have 22 losses? What does that say about the Rockets, who have 19 losses, 3 more than the Spurs? If
Mike,
we're inconsistent, then what are they, Joe? Then what are they? What are they? What are they? What are they?
There's a whole other half of basketball left to play.
There isn't. There's a third. There's a third.
You got like 30-something games left, Mike. They've went 53 games into the season. And you're over here, oh, they're going to be in the NBA Finals. No mames, wait. No mames.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Here comes the money.
We had to address this one. And look at Turner Analysis. Joe has Cowboys virus, spreading it to the Spurs. Y'all some Spurs simps today, man.
Okay,
they're all showing you true colors, showing y'all's bellies real quick.
So here's the thing, Joe. One thing that we didn't see coming was the emergence of Carter Bryant, who last night had a career high 16 points. So I made a point last night when watching this game to focus on Carter Bryant and what he's doing on the court.
Yeah.
And I know that he is still a project when it comes to three-point shooting. I know he's a project offensively. He didn't suck offensively as in college. He wasn't great, but he didn't suck. He was kind of just there, right? And what do I say about it all, Joe?
What?
2 points, right? You can go only 2 points. So he was maybe a 4 or 5 offensively in college. So if we can get him to a 6 or 7, that would be amazing. I don't think he's going to be the next Kawhi Leonard. He says that he watches a lot of Kawhi Leonard tape. I don't think he's going to be that. But the 3 and D is there. He's knocking down 3-pointers at a 34% clip now. He has made 43% of his 3-pointers in the last 10 games. He's not taking bad shots. There was only one shot he took yesterday that seemed to be a little bit hesitant. But aside from that, Joe, he knows how to dribble the ball up the court. He has softer hands than Sohan.
Yeah.
You add him to Cornett as a second line of defense, Joe. Add him to Keldon. That's why I'm getting excited about it all, is because it's not so much the offense. The offense can get there. They're going to score some points. What I'm saying is defensively, that's a good squad defensively. I am more excited about watching Carter Bryant have IQ. His IQ is very good, Joe. And I was watching him play. He doesn't sag off of his player. He has a respectful distance, but he has such closing speed that he can go in there and recover, and he can guard multiple positions. He is what everyone wanted Sohan to be already, and he's only going to get better. And you know what, Joe? That's a fun thing to watch. It's a fun development to have there, Joe. It's a very fun development.
They said you're going to be inducted into the Jackals Hall of Fame now, Mike.
Well, I'm not gonna take over for Nacho because I weighed in this morning at my lowest in 3 years, Joe.
Bro, what are you trying to say about Nacho,
I'm
man?
the 220s now, Joe. Huh?
What are you trying to say about the nacho for the
Well,
Jackals?
the whole point of nachos is to have a belly, dude. That's what I'm saying. I'm losing my belly, dude. All the 10 pounds I've lost this year have all been gut. Have all been gut. I went outside, Joe. I was wearing my khaki shorts, the button-up shorts. Chica forgot something outside, and I said, "Oh, babe, I'll get it for you." And I ran outside to get her something. Literally ran from the door to the driveway, and my shorts were basically at my ankles. They have fallen off, Joe. Not my chonas, my shorts around my ankles. My chonas were still there. My tidy whities were still there. My boxer briefs were still there. But no, I've been losing panza, Joe. I mean, I know I'm wearing
losing the
black.
panza, so
to
tiene una
me.
chanza. So we got to address this super chat from JHNSB. He says, "I'm still here, Joe. Time will prove us right."
I'm still here, Joe. Tall tale time.
I'm still here, Sohan.
Hey, Mexican jail. Since I last saw you, dude. Last saw you at the karaoke, man. I'm down 10, 12 pounds since then, man.
That's
It's
good.
true. Is Carter Bryant my new son? He menace. Chris Gonzalez. Well, here's the thing. I think I'm only allowed to have 2 at a time, and I have Harper and Castle. He is he's just somebody that's fun to watch develop. And you know why, Joe? We talked about this last week. It looks like Carter Bryant takes this as a job, which is why Sohan didn't develop.
Carter Bryant's more serious, dude. He's even gone on to talk with the media and said he wants to be the best player possible, and he's handling it as a professional. You know.
Mario Cavazza says, "Mike, you can now wear a Spurs jersey without an undershirt. Thank you."
You can, bro. Why don't you wear it without the undershirt, Mike?
All right.
Everybody, you know
I know Spurs Nacho. No doubt he weighs less than MJ. No, he's got 30 on me. He's got 30 on me.
Mike, bro. Look at this. It says, "You know your takes are bad when JHNSB agrees with you." No, man. I'm just saying. Y'all
Super
are just
chat coming
glazing
in.
the Spurs this morning, man. Bad.
We have a super chat coming in from Jason Garcia, Pacific Northwest, still celebrating the Seahawks victory.
Here comes the money.
There you go,
Says,
Mike. Thanks,
Goats
Jason.
don't quit on their team mid-season. They will their team to win nightly. They hold every player accountable to do as they are coached to do. Very good point. And I think that's the one thing about the Spurs is that there seems to be an accountability there from the veterans that are there.
No.
Fox kind of went after Carter Bryant a few weeks ago. Keldon seems to keep Harper and Castle in check. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm just saying that in a way of accountability, you know. And I think Mitch Johnson keeps Wemby in line as well. I mean, Mitch Johnson made Wemby come off the bench for like 3 weeks earlier this year when he came back from injury. There's something there, Joe. And there's something about this team that is starting to come around. And I know it's hard to look at it. And I know that as a Spurs fan, we look back at it, right, when the Spurs went from a 26-win team to a 56-win team back in the late 80s when David Robinson joined the team. And it was like, well, we remember those battles, right? It was difficult to get over Utah. It was difficult to get over Houston. And the Spurs didn't win any championships the first decade of Robinson's career. We still remember that, Joe.
Yeah.
But did Duncan have to do that? No, Duncan was winning chips right away. So we've experienced what you've been saying, the Robinson years, and we've experienced what I've been saying, which were the Duncan years. And you can say, well, Duncan had a better team around him, whatever. But the team that Wemby has around him now is starting to gel, starting to fit together, and is healthy. That's the thing. The healthy of the aspect of the team is big. And defensively, that's where it's at. And then offensively, if the threes are falling in, there's no team that can beat the Spurs.
Mike. This ain't a 3-point shooting team, though.
No. I'm not saying the 3-point shooting team. Last I checked, we're the 9th worst shooting team in the league, right? But if we can become the 15th best team in the league in 3-point shooting, then it's an unbeatable team.
Yeah, but even though that's the Spurs' weakness, right? 3-point shooting, they do other things that are impressive, right? They're athletic. They can get up and down the court, right? They're impressive in the open court. You know, they're impressive when it comes to defense. You know, you just need to see that a little bit more consistent at times where they're not squandering leads. And hopefully, some of these losses that they had earlier in the season, where they squandered double-digit leads against teams they should have won, will go ahead and help them become a better team as you get closer to closing out the season, right? You're going to the All-Star break this weekend, right? And notoriously, that's the halfway mark of the season, and it's not. You're already what, Mike? Almost what, three-quarters of the way through the season at that point, right?
Basically, yeah.
Basically, so you just have the months of what, March and April, and that's basically the Spurs going ahead and saying, okay, where are we going to wind up in the playoffs? So this is why the rodeo road trip matters so much, because this is notoriously when what happens, Mike, the team starts to figure things out and they gel together, right? That's what's happening in years
In
past.
the good times,
Yeah,
times.
and you're hoping that that's going to happen this season as well, right? You got a good win, start off the rodeo road trip against the Lakers, a decimated team, but you can only play who's in front of you, right?
Right.
And who they decide to play. Tonight is going to be another test for them because they have another late game, and they're going to be playing against who? Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
But
By the way,
Steph Curry's
and
injured, by the way.
that's a 3-point shooting team in itself. But if you look at the Spurs, 2 weeks ago, the Spurs were the 9th worst team in the league when it comes to 3-point shooting. We're now the 11th worst. So we've leapfrogged over 2 teams because the team has been shooting better from 3 as of late. Spurs back in action tonight. I like the West Coast games, dude. I'll be honest with you. A lot of Spurs fans complain about late tip-offs. I'm a night owl.
No.
I like the fact that Chica and I can go have dinner. We can go work out. We can go do this all, clean up the house, whatever the case may be.
No.
And then sit down and watch the game and wind down. Chica could fall asleep in my arms and I can have the remote on the other arm.
You know what I was thinking about too, Mike? A lot of teams start sitting a lot of their starters, right?
Yeah.
When the Spurs come to town. And maybe at some point in time, it's because maybe they just don't want to get embarrassed by Wemby, right? They don't want their starters to get embarrassed by Wemby. And it's also a strategy. If you look and see what teams have done in the past to other teams that they might even see in the playoffs, right? Or think that they might match up in the playoffs with, they never want to show their full card, right? They don't want to show what they can really do.
I get that in March and April, but why are they doing it in January and February? I don't know.
Get why they do it early, but I'm saying this is a strategy that teams try to pull sometimes, right? Hey, we don't want to show you what we're fully capable of in case we meet up in the playoffs. And then that way they can get one up on you, steal one away from you at home or something. It's kind of weird behavior, that this has happened. Like even with the Lakers, and prior to that, you had other teams doing the same thing. It's just strange behavior, man. That's like, why do they do that? And then at times too, the Spurs do the same thing. Oh, we're going to sit some of these players. It's load management. I get it. It's part of the game, but the Spurs haven't done it to the degree of OKC where they almost had to forfeit the game because it sat so many players and currently under investigation by the league.
That's crazy.
I just find it interesting that teams will do this kind of stuff, right? They behave like this, even when the fans are getting up for the game in front of a nationally televised audience, no less. Like the Lakers game, that was a big game, for Lakers crowd and for Spurs fans. And they decide, you know what, we're just going to sit everybody, whether they're healthy or not. That's just strange, dude. To me, it's just like, what is the league going to do at a certain point in time to null that? Are they going to start having to fine teams? What are they going to do? Suspend players? I mean, what's going to happen? What do you think the fix is to this?
You'd have to suspend the coach.
Right?
Because the coach is the one that makes a decision as to whether to sit somebody out. It's not the player's choice to miss a game. Ultimately, the buck stops with the head coach when it comes to it. Tonight, Steph Curry's out. Jimmy Butler's out.
Curry's out. He's injured.
Melton, Cryer, Richard are out. For the Spurs, you have Castle out for this game with the pelvis injury. I hope he takes part in the weekend festivities over that All-Star weekend. But the Spurs are favored tonight by 8.5 points. This should be a victory for the Spurs. This is the last game before the regular season kind of comes to a halt for a little while for All-Star break. But man, to go into the All-Star break at 38-16, ooh, Joe, and if the Thunder lose to the Suns tonight on the road, ooh, Joe, Spurs are going to be 2.5 games out. 2.5 games out.
We got another incoming super chat here.
Here comes the money.
It's from Taco Tuesday.
Says OKC has the hardest schedule remaining in the entire NBA. Spurs will finish off this year as the number 1 seed. Hashtag I got your soft right here, Joe.
Keep that same energy, bro. Keep that same energy when they get trounced in the first or second round, and then you're like, they should have won. They were robbed. It was the ref's fault. You know, I don't want to hear that. And Mikey Mendes, you keep that same energy, Joe. We'll keep that same energy too, bro. Say it with your chest out.
So
Say it
what?
with
So
your
what?
chest
So
out. When they
what-
lose and they get bounced out of the first round of the
Okay,
playoffs,
okay,
you're gonna say,
okay.
"Look, Joe was right. Joe was
Okay,
right."
Mirda, I'm willing to take a really big bet that the Spurs get out of the first round of the playoffs. Would
Oh,
you like to
no,
place that bet now, Joe? Would you like to
Yeah,
say
let's
with your
play it.
chest out and your wallet out?
100,
100, a deal.
100,
Deal.
100.
So just get out of the first round. So not only make the playoffs, but
Get out of the first round. 100.
That's the biggest bet we've done before, Joe. I like it. We're back to even, by the way, because we had the double or nothing on the Super Bowl. So
I was gonna say, Mike, just take it out of what you're gonna send me for the, you know, for the party on the 28th.
I got a cash app you or something. I got a
Yeah.
new bank, man. Dude, security service got rid of Zelle.
God.
How do you get
Get a
rid
real
of Zelle?
bank, girl. Why do you got security service in this
Yeah.
year of our Lord? You're
This
still
year-
with
in the year of
security
our,
service,
the year
bro.
of Mary 2026, as Mike Taylor likes to say. I have moved on to Wells Fargo.
Good.
Got to
Good.
joint checking with Chica. By the way, that Photoshop of me and her as in
Oh,
Queens. I showed it to her last night.
God.
She was like, "How did they get that picture of me? How did they do that?" That's funny.
Oh, look at this. They sent us a photo, dude. Oh, this one's a good one. You have a freaking jackal on your belly, bro. Oh,
Am I always wearing black shirts? Because let's see if we do this now.
I thought you were
Sponsored
gonna
by
pick the shirt
Nike.
up and show your belly. No, bro.
So July 26, 93-26 rather, saying who got rid of Zelle security service.
Oh my
And-
God! Look at this one, dude. Security service. Do you also still eat at Bonanza and shop out wieners?
It does. So I remember one time I knew somebody who had one of those credit unions that was inside HEB.
Yeah.
It was Generations, I think is what it was.
Yeah, they had that inside. Was it HEB? Yeah, it used to have it on the HEB on Petranco, and I think they also used to have it inside Walmart's
Yeah.
or something like that. Yeah.
So I'm in line with this person I know, and they're like, "Hey, they're trying to get money out," and they told him,
Yeah.
"Can you come back after lunch? We're out of money." How does a branch location, a physical branch location, I know it's inside of a grocery store, how do they run out of money? Oh,
Damn.
So what we're saying is go to a real bank, right? Tony Hall saying security service is not for rich people, Mike. Nice. Well, I moved over to Wells Fargo because Chica's like, I ain't doing the security service nonsense.
Yeah,
okay,
bro.
So you go to security service, right? The
Don't
most you
do
can take
it.
out of the ATM is $300. $300. What we went to like a casino and I showed her that they would max me out at 300 or 500 unless I called
That's
in.
stupid, dude. That's dumb.
You go to the Wells Fargo one, it's like, do you want up to 1,000? And then they go,
Yeah.
do you want 20s? Do you want 50s? Do you want hundreds? Or do you want a mix of the 20s, 50s, and hundreds? Whereas security service is like, you're just getting 20s and that is it.
Yeah. No, I think I max out at what, 3 or 5 grand over with Chase for the day. And after you withdraw so much, then they just cut you off and you can't
Just cut you off. They're like, you're drunk. Go
they
home.
cut you off and you can't withdraw anything for 24 hours, until the next day or something. And that's happened to me before because I pay like bills, and I'm paying all this other stuff or my daughter's tuition in one lump sum, and then I'm like, why can't I get any money out? Oh, that's right. I did this or that. But that's why you have credit cards,
I had a friend who was at Wood Forest Bank because he was always at Walmart. He liked to go to Walmart all the
Yeah.
time. He's like, I was at Walmart. I don't like going to the bank. Why not bank at Walmart, right? So, but that's actually a big bank in Houston, dude. That Wood Forest, they're all over the
Yeah.
place in the Houston area. It's just crazy.
You just barely got rid of security service. So, like I said, in the year of our Lord, you're still in security service, bro.
I got the Wells Fargo card now, the red card. It's flashy.
The red. I got the blue card with
Chica,
Chase, man.
Chica paid extra for the leopard print on hers.
Oh,
I'm like,
I bet.
I don't need the fancy stuff on it all, dude. Just give me the plain red card with the yellow letters that say Wells Fargo, because then I can identify it. I don't need to have like this black card or this
The Spurs card, the debit
emerald
card.
blue. Yeah.
Who
Although
is the debit card with?
I do respect the fact that when I was the only time I've ever asked for a card like that was when I was at Kickapoo, Lucky Eagle Kickapoo Casino
Yeah.
last month. Cheek and I went. They're like, "Do you want a player's card?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then they showed the player's cards I can get, and they got the regular one. I was like, "No, I want that one." And it was
Yeah.
the Spurs player card. It had the Spurs logo on it. That was sweet.
You know what?
Say it was fire.
Check it out. So Frost, right, does the Spurs debit card where you get the black card that has like the Spurs cord on it.
Yeah.
I will never in my life have a Frost account, and I'm going to tell you why. True story. So when I was working for the Valero corporate office, right, they go, "Hey, man, go ahead and set you up a Frost bank account, right? And that way we can go ahead and direct deposit your checks in there for work because we have an agreement or whatever with Frost." Okay, cool. No problem, whatever. So I'll go up there and I set up my account, right, with Frost, thinking everything's cool. They give me the paperwork, the card, everything. All right, you're good. Your account's set up. Day comes for payday, right?
Yeah.
Everybody getting paid. Like, you get paid early, though. You get paid like on Tuesday or Wednesday, or even though you're supposed to get paid on Friday. Check still hasn't come in. I'm like, all right, whatever. Friday comes, still nothing. And my boss is like, "No, there's something up. You should have gotten paid already. You should call your bank." I'm like, all right. So she goes, "Call them right now." So I call the bank and everything. They're like, "Oh, yeah, sir. Well, we went ahead and closed your account." I'm like, "For what reason?" I was like, "I just opened the account with you like over the weekend, like not even a week ago, for a direct deposit that was going to happen this coming week. Why the heck did you close it?" "Oh, I think it was a clerical error or whatever. So your check did come in, but we returned it back because we closed your account." So I went in as soon as I heard that, I'm just like, you know what? I'm not even dealing with them anymore. I've been with Chase ever since, and I'm going to just stay with them. I don't miss any payments, anything else is going on the wrong, or I will never get a Frost bank account again. They can kiss my ass.
Well, I mean, it's funny the experiences we have. Security service with my job, I get paid weekly, and I get paid on Mondays at security service, but the same direct deposit gets paid Friday at Wells Fargo. So how are they faster when it comes to it all? I don't know. Remember back in the day, they talk about the story Rick Neuheisel from the San Antonio Gunslingers, how Clinton Mangus, who owned the Gunslingers back in the 80s, was not paying the players or only had a little bit of money to pay the players, and how they would give the players their checks, and then they would race like 90 miles out of town to go to this community bank where the money was at.
Yeah.
And the only ones that got there first were the ones that got paid. God, the USFL was crazy back in the day.
Yeah. Let's say, what did it say? Mexican Junior. Joe Banks with USA. It would be more. No, bro, you can never get me to bank with USA either. They got problems too. The federal bank that they have and all, they have a bunch of problems. The USAA, no, bro, I ain't doing that either. They got their own slew of issues.
But they got that great tagline, the USAA.
Yeah,
God, I hated working there, dude. I worked at USA
yeah,
for almost 2 years. It was the worst 2 years of my life, man. See, I work where I meet with clients for 2 or 3 days, and then I come back, and then I start developing plans, and then I go back and meet with clients. I love the life that I live and the flexibility that I have. USAA, this is where people are going to say cap and all that stuff. No, I don't know if I ever told you this story.
Yeah.
But the time I got written up over there because I took too long in the restroom.
Oh my God, bro! You
So
serious?
I worked in what was called so if you go to USAA from left to right, so from
Yeah.
Heber to Wurzbach, it's building A, B, C, D, and then the last one going towards Wurzbach is H. I
Yeah.
worked in what was called the AB building. And the AB building is close to where all the restaurants are because there's two major food courts there, cafeterias there.
Yeah, and they have them on different levels too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My building only had one toilet. Like literally the entire building had one toilet for men.
Ain't
So
that
you'd have to run to the next building to go to the restroom. Well, I had to go to
Yeah.
the bathroom. It was after lunch. I had to go to the bathroom. And I wasn't gone that long. I think I was gone like 8 minutes. Right.
Yeah.
I hurried to take this dump. I ran over there, took a quick dump, and I cleaned up, and I came back. I got written up for being away from my phone for longer than 5 minutes. And I remember they gave me the document to sign saying you need to like give your rationale for why you were tardy and all that stuff, right? And I wrote down, "Are you serious? I had to go to the restroom. I'm being written up because I had to go to the legitimately had to go to the restroom. I wasn't there playing with my phone. I had to go to the restroom." And I remember getting the pen and writing it in big letters. I had to take a and I signed it. I got mad. I said, "Don't ever show this to me again." And I ultimately left, man, because it's just I don't understand it, man. This is my thing, Joe. The idea of waking up every day at the same time and fighting traffic just confounds me, dude.
I worked at USA.
I couldn't stand it.
You have to say with USAA, you work there 3 years, right? And after 3 years, it's hard for them to fire you, right? And then you get vested and all that, where you have like all these benefits and all these things that happen to you for the best. I remember I worked there for almost 3 years, Mike. I was like a month and a half away, me and some other people, right? And they take us into the office. We're going to have a meeting real quick. Okay, cool. And they all take us in there and we all sit down, me and my whole team, right? There's a bunch of us there that work for this team. And they sit us in the office. They're like, "Yeah, we're going to let you all go." We're like, "What?" They're laying us off. Part of the layoffs that they were having at the time. And we're like, "This is BS, dude. Like, we're a month and a half away from hitting our 3-year and you're going to lay us off." I'm like, "Yeah, dude, USA can kiss my ass too." Because they've actually reached out. They continue to reach out and they'll be like, "Hey, do you want to come back here? We would love to have you back." "No, man, I'm good." "No, man, I'm good. I ain't coming back there. I'm not going to work there." It's like a rat race, dude. You have to show up on time and you got to fight the traffic. And then you have to walk such long distances to get to where you want to go that they have a little shuttle that comes by.
Yeah.
It picks you up.
You can get to USAA 30 minutes before your schedule and be late because the shuttle doesn't pick your ass up. You park too far away.
Yeah.
There was a bottleneck in the entrance to get into the building, and people are scanning stuff. And then, that was the worst 2 years of my life. I'm just thinking about waking up in the morning, putting on nice clothes, fighting traffic on I-10 and 1604, then I-10, making my way into the garage, fighting through that traffic of people to get there, and then working a job on the phones for 9 hours, then coming out and then fighting traffic on the way back. Joe, that's a miserable life. And there are so many people out there who work at USAA who are they buy into it. They love it. It's the cult. It's the cult that they buy into, and they go, "Hey, I make a good income. I have good benefits, and that's great. Good for you." That's not a life I want to live. That's not a life I want to live.
I make a great income and I have a great job, and you know what? I work from home. So after the show is done, I walk a whole 5-6 feet away to my desk and I start work. I mean, life is good. Can't complain. I don't have to be in traffic every day, fighting traffic. Just work from home.
Let's give some love to P.F. Chang's La Cantera for their sponsorship. We love what they do. Again, it's Wednesday. You know what that means, Joe? Half all bottles of wine, half all bottles of champagne. It's Wednesday. When we come back, we're going to talk more sports and get to some pop culture as well. But let's give some love to P.F. Chang's La Cantera and our good friend Sean Quintero.
P.F. Chang's La Cantera, San Antonio's premier destination for dinner, date night, or happy hour. Enjoy one of their signature dishes, such as the Singapore street noodles, sesame chicken, or Chang's spicy chicken, or their infamous Chang's chicken lettuce wraps, which are delicious, by the way. You can enjoy all this while you're dining in an Asian-inspired atmosphere. And make sure to enjoy the new outdoor patio and try some of P.F. Chang's signature cocktails and drinks during happy hour, Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. P.F. Chang's La Cantera is a proud sponsor of the Area 210 podcast.
And they're also helping to sponsor our event over at the Hard Rock Cafe. So that's going to be on February 28th. Go check it out. Go hang out with me, Chica, hang out with Joe. Our good friends will be out there. Lots of special guests out there. By the way, One of the guests that we're trying to get, but there's no confirmation, is Frank Harris. Congratulations to him, by the way. Frank Harris, UTSA legend, was named he'll be inducted to the San Antonio Sports Hall of Fame. So he was part of the 2026 class.
I did get confirmation on that. So let's just put it like this: y'all should go to the party.
Nice.
Y'all should go to the party.
I'm gonna get a fruity drink with him, man, because he likes the fruity drinks. Very, very nice, man. No, he's a great guy, dude. He's a great guy. We love him on this show. He does a fantastic on this show. And I like that he's in commercial real estate now. So if there's any commercial real estate needs, if you're moving from need a warehouse, if you need to, if you're a business that's looking for office space, if you're looking for a building, if you're looking to relocate, whatever the case may be, to sell your business, give Frank Harris a call, man. We'll get you in touch with Frank Harris.
Yeah.
Very
also,
nice.
let's not forget the signature cocktail selection they have over at PF Chang's. And again, they do help power the chat. And today is Wines Day. So that means you get half off bottles of wine and champagne every day, all day on Wednesday. Make sure if you go out there, tell Sean Quintero Area 210 sent you.
And as Frank Thomas says in the eugenics commercial, she'll like it too. She'll like it too.
This is a Chica approved place because they have a wine list, Miguelito.
It is. Yeah, me, her, and Greg went out there for drinks one time, and we had one too many, man. I had to stop down. I had to stop it out for a little while,
man. Because Sean will just come over and just be like, boom, here you go, bro. I'm like, well, what's going on? But those Japanese old fashions are still my favorite, man.
Man, Joe. Let's talk about Valentine's Day, which is this weekend, Joe.
Yeah. What
is the play? Because the idea for Valentine's Day is you want to get flowers for your girl, right?
Yeah.
You want to show them that you love them and all that stuff, right? But typically you send this or you drop it off at their work, right? So there's something to be said about that, right? They get the flowers at work, and then all the girls that work there see it, right? And
the job is to make the other women jealous because you got the biggest bouquet,
right?
Am I wrong?
Okay, so my question is this, Joe.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day this year is on Saturday.
Yeah.
So do I get her flowers on Saturday, on actual Valentine's Day?
Do it on Friday, bro.
Do it on Friday, right? That's the play.
Because they want to be seen with the flowers. You know what I'm saying?
That's the play. Okay, good. Yeah. So I already know what I'm going to get Chica for Valentine's Day besides all that. So I got to dial up the romance.
Mike, I just dropped a hundy, man, sending flowers to my daughter in Florida. Because I have to do FTD, right?
Oh, yeah.
I have to, man, to make sure that they get there on time. So I went and ordered them yesterday, and they're like, well, they're going to be coming anywhere from Thursday all the way up until Friday. No, not from Thursday till Saturday. So I had to tell my daughter, hey, I got flowers coming. Make sure that you're aware that they're going to go to your house or whatever and deliver them. She's like, oh, okay. But man, that's a lot of money, Mike. $100 just on flowers, bro.
It's a quick turnaround from Christmas too, man. Just 6 weeks away. It's a quick turnaround. There's a lady down the street from me that has a flower shop inside of her house. It was weird. I tried buying Francesca flowers about a month ago for some reason. I don't know what it was, but I tried buying her roses, and I looked it up online. Right, just Googled, nearest flower shop, and they're like, "Yeah, come on by. We'll get you some roses." Yada yada. They quoted me a price. I went out there, Joe. It was the worst flower shop I'd ever seen in my entire life, man, because it was for funerals. They're like, "Oh, but we'll make you a rose bouquet, but we primarily do funerals here." And I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to get flowers from there. So I look at this other place, and she goes, "Here, let me give you the address." And then I look at the address. It's by my house. I make my way through the neighborhood, and it's the neighborhood next to this one. And she has a full-on store inside of her house, with the refrigerators all over the place. Her garage.
She's got her own florist, her own floral shop there.
Yeah, she said that she had a location, but it was cheaper for her to do it from home. So half of her house, from her living room on, and then her garage is commercial space. So she has a license and everything. I was like, this is badass. She's like, I get to discount the flowers because I don't have any office space.
Yeah, she don't have to pay for the retail or the insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Greg says Valentine's is a gimmick for the Sims. Well, it is what it is, but here's the thing. I won't say it.
Man, it's like this, dude. It might be. It might be.
I like getting loving. You gotta do something. You gotta grease the wheels. You gotta show the romance.
Yeah. Well, my daughter, I tell her jokingly, I said she's been my Valentine since she was born, so
Yeah.
she looks forward to it. She's already like 23 years old.
Mm-hmm.
She's been my Valentine for 23 years, 23 years now straight. And she looks forward to it every year. She always wants dad to buy her, flowers. She likes chocolate covered strawberries. She likes daddy to take her out to eat. I can't do that no more because she's married, and she's over there in Florida. But when she was here last year, she wanted me to take her out, and she just wanted it to be me and her. So I took her to the Golden Walk or something over here where she decided she wanted to go, so that's the way it's always been. I got her spoiled, dude.
So what did you think about the suspension, Joe, between Isaiah Stewart and Miles Bridges and the two other players who were involved in that fight the other day?
I didn't think they were going to suspend him for that many games, dude. He got suspended for, I thought it was going to be 10 games. Everybody, it's going to be about 10 games. No, bro. It was like 20. Without pay.
It's not going to be that when it's all said and done.
20 game suspension without pay because this isn't like multiple occurrences.
Fourth time.
And they're saying that he's a danger to his teammates, right?
He ran off the
himself.
bench.
I'm just like, bro, what are y'all doing, man? Like,
well, it looks like it already got reduced down to 7.
Okay, but I was saying at first it was like 20 something games. I'm like, what are you gonna have the brother do? Like, not come to work for the rest of the season,
the rest of the year, So it looks like it got reduced down to 7. So yeah, I knew it wasn't going to be because I originally saw it was 20, 25 games. I was like, not when you have a union, man. Not when you have a union. And it wasn't like it spilled into the crowd or anything like that. And it was only a 2-minute brawl. Not a lot of hits, dude. I don't know, man. I thought that was kind of funny, but that's a lot of time. Hey, ESPN just released its latest mock draft in the NFL. Do you care, Joe? Do you care what they say about your Cowboys? Because this is a Field Yates one. Field Yates. Okay, now we're getting to the big boys, Joe. We've been giving these mock drafts from these like second and third tier guys, but when it comes to like McShay, Field Yates, and when it comes to those types of guys, I take it more seriously, right? They have number 1, Fernando Mendoza going to the Raiders. Makes sense.
Yeah.
They have Arvell Reese, rather, the edge going to from Ohio State going to the Jets.
Yeah.
They have David Bailey, the edge rusher from Texas Tech, going number 4 to the Titans.
Man. Real quick, Mike, we have somebody here asking a question. This is a new face here. Grind City Buyers. He says, excuse me if I missed it, but is there any update on Castle? Thanks for the content. Guys, go Spurs, go. Yeah, we talked about it earlier. He just has a bruised tailbone. The x-rays came back negative. He doesn't have a concussion. He just has a bruised tailbone, and likely he's going to miss the game tonight against the Warriors.
Yeah, he'll be out tonight. And then good news for the Spurs is that he's off for the next week. I know he has a Rising Stars challenge, but for the most part, he's off for the next week, so he can kind of rest up a little bit. But thanks for joining the show, man. Appreciate that. Yeah. Remember Jeremiah Love going to New Orleans and all the other mock drafts?
You got to say it, Mike.
Jeremiah Love. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, so he's going to now.
They have him going number 9 to Kansas City.
Is that really a bad destination for him?
I mean, can you imagine? Can you imagine Patrick Mahomes getting that as a weapon? I know that we might have seen the last of Travis Kelce, but can you imagine him getting Jeremiah Love at 9 if the Saints don't take him at 8? Because they have the Saints at 8 taking Jordan Tyson, the wide receiver from Arizona State.
And think about it this way too, Mike. Jeremiah Love might actually wind up getting some love and getting some playing time because remember, Mahomes is still injured. His plan is to come back and be ready to go by the start of the season, but I doubt if that's going to happen because with the type of injury that he sustained, you're going to want to err on the side of caution. There's no need to rush him back, right? And if you got a young quarterback in Jeremiah Love, Kid might get some playing time. He might get some run.
Yeah, so man, Hannah LaFifth says, "Man, I hope the safety from Ohio State can fall to my Cowboys. Will they have Caleb
Nice.
Downs, that safety, going number 5 to the Giants?" At number 12, they have the Cowboys taken linebacker Sonny Styles from Ohio State. So Ohio State with like 4 people in the top 12 being taken. At number 20 for your Cowboys, because they have 2 first-rounders but no
12
second
and
or
20.
third-rounder.
Yeah.
Taking edge rusher Keldrick Falk of Auburn. Those are 2
I'm
names
not mad at it.
that they've been tied to.
I'm not mad at that. But they do need a cornerback, dude.
And they have Houston Texans taking Alabama's offensive tackle, Cabron Proctor.
They need to go get a quarterback, bro.
That might be well, you can't this year, man, because there's no second and third round pick. You can't say, well, we loaded up.
Nope.
You can't be taking a quarterback in the 4th round like you took Dak in the 4th round back in the day.
They're gonna have to run with
my
CJ
God,
Stroud.
I could just see if Jeremiah Love falls to 12, and the Cowboys are going in there with a pick of Sonny Styles from linebacker from Ohio State, Jerry Jones being held back.
God,
like, how do you say no? Like, I wouldn't even blame them. I wouldn't even blame the Cowboys if they took Jeremiah Love at number 1 at number.
Look at Mario
12.
Cavazos reminded me. Jeremiah Love is a running back. My bad, bro. I thought he was a QB.
Yeah, I was thinking about Jordan Love.
Yeah, Jordan Love.
No, but Jeremiah Love compared to Bijan Robinson. He's if you like Bijan, you'll like Jeremiah Love. So why is he falling to 9 to Kansas City? Like these other teams couldn't take that type of player?
Oh God.
I was watching a thing the other day. It was actually yesterday. It was talking about the top 5 running backs that are available in the free agency this year.
Yeah.
And that there's no quarterbacks really available this year in free agency. I mean, the best ones are like Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson. Daniel Jones is actually right at number 1. But when it comes to running backs, Javonte Williams of the Cowboys, what are they going to do with that, Joe? Do you bring him back? He had a good year. He had a solid year for the Cowboys.
Well, what are they doing right now? What did they say they're going to franchise tag who? Diggs, right?
Yeah.
How much money's left, man? Like right now.
And then have to go after Pickens as well. I mean, if you franchise tag Pickens.
I mean, like,
dude, what if Pickens is gone?
Pickens is that's so they're going to franchise tag. But I'm saying, like, you can only keep so many people, right? There's only so much money to go around. In today's era, running backs are a dime a dozen, right? I mean, you need a good running back just to go ahead and move the sticks, right? But it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to overpay for one, right?
Right.
So, I mean, what does that tell you? He's kind of expendable. You need a receiver, right? You need a wide receiver out there other than just what you have now. You had that 1-2 punch, with the Cowboys. You got to keep Pickens, man.
It's weird when you see what the Cowboys are willing to overpay for and what they're not willing to pay for. Like, they could have had, Derrick Henry at some point. They could have had, and they refused to pay him, and he signs a deal that you look at it and you're thinking to yourself, that's all it took? That's all it took? And so it's kind of bizarre. The odds are out for the Super Bowl for next year. What teams are gonna make it? And you're looking at the Cowboys right now, and they have one of the worst odds going on right now. I mean, you could have a team. Look at the Patriots, right? The Patriots went from a 4-win team to a Super Bowl team.
Yeah,
they lost the Super Bowl, but 4-win team. So the NFL is known for that. It's known to have like a bottom out, jump back up. We saw that with the Eagles.
Yeah.
We saw that with the Patriots. We saw that with Seattle. What's it going to take for the Cowboys to go from a 7-win team to a legit contender? I mean, do they even have the personnel to make that happen? Or if they try out the same team, we're just going to get more of the same.
I think it's going to be more of the same because the problem with the Cowboys is it's not their offense, it's their defense. And what are they going to do in the offseason? While other teams might be making moves to get their team better, the Cowboys, what have they done notoriously? kind of do a lot of nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You have to make some moves if you're the Cowboys and you're serious about wanting to go ahead and win a Super Bowl, right? Super Bowl is in your mouth, and Jerry wants to win one before he dies. Jerry, the Reaper's knocking on the door, brother. If it's going to happen, you got to make it happen this season.
Right.
Like they got to go out there and they got to shore up the defense, because that defense, Mike, that was horrible. If the defense had been all right, the Cowboys could have been passable. They might have been in the playoffs, but that defense, man, that just wasn't it.
There are 16 teams in the NFL that have better odds of winning the Super Bowl next year than the Cowboys. Cowboys are 35-1 odds. The favorite right now, which is amazing because it's plus 950, and I'll take that bet. That's 10-1 odds almost, man. It's more than 9-1 odds.
Yeah.
The Seahawks and Rams at 9.5-1 odds. The Bills at 11-1. Eagles at 13. Patriots at 13-1. Ravens at 13-1. Packers for some reason at 14. The Lions for some reason at 14. Those teams are on the way down. I don't know why they're so high up. The Chiefs at 15-1. The Niners at 17-1. I thought it was interesting. You saw Darnold get the chip, right? Do you know who credited for a lot of his success? Brock Purdy. How weird is that, Joe? That you have a player like Sam Darnold go out there, go 28-6 in 2 years, win a Super Bowl, and they asked him what made you so good now? Why were you struggling so much? And then you got better. What was it? And he said that it was basically Brock Purdy giving him perspective as to how to play quarterback correctly. Brock Purdy, who was not a top pick by any stretch of the imagination, versus someone who was drafted number 3 overall, and Brock Purdy basically told him, you don't need to do everything. Brock Purdy told Sam Darnold that you need to make your players do other things. It's about setting the other people up for success, not you willing the team to victory. It's getting your receivers in the right position so that they can go get the yak, that they can go get what they do. It's just do your part and don't mess up. And I think Brock Purdy one day is going to get a Super Bowl victory, whether he's with the Niners or somebody else. I like Brock Purdy's style of play. It's efficient. And what we're seeing, though, Joe, is that the Josh Allen, Lamar Jacksons of the world aren't going to get it done. The Trevor Lawrences of the world aren't going to get it done. You need a game manager with a good defense. That's what gets you the championship games.
Yeah, because look at what happened. Teams with the better defenses kind of went on to the Super Bowl, right?
Mm-hmm.
Patriots defense, I don't know if you can say it was elite, but it was good enough to get them there.
Yeah.
It was good enough to get them there. And that's what you need. You need a passable or a serviceable defense, to get you there. Because as you get further and further into the playoffs, it's all about that defense, man.
Well,
Time management,
Mikey Mendez asked a question right now. He says Spurs are winning multiple championships before the Cowboys ever win another one.
He might not be wrong.
He
might not be wrong.
No lies detected. Have we given love to Hard Rock Cafe yet?
No, not yet.
Let's give some love to Hard Rock Cafe.
The Hard Rock Cafe, San Antonio, is Riverwalk dining at its best. With great scenic views, along with its amazing collection of rock memorabilia, there is something for everyone. Enjoy happy hour weekdays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. with $8 and $10 appetizers, $5 domestic drafts, and $6 craft import drafts at the bar only. Try some of the Hard Rock Cafe's legendary steak burgers, or my personal favorite, such as the grilled salmon or baby back ribs. Make sure to visit the 3rd level and enjoy the DJ as you take in the city skyline. The Hard Rock Cafe is a proud sponsor of the Area 210 podcast. And there
Baby
you
back
go.
ribs,
Make sure
baby.
you try it out. Hey, man, I like the salmon. Everybody's like, do you really like the salmon, Joe? I do. I like the salmon from there. And I also like the burgers. The burgers are good.
That's kind of pinky out, right? Anybody who orders salmon at a restaurant, it's kind of pinky out. I went out with the owner of my financial firm.
Yeah.
And we went out to lunch and he ordered salmon. And I was like, that's kind of pinky out. It is what it is.
It's
It
good.
is what it is. But show our flyer, Joe, to the party that we have going on the 28th. Come check us out. Hang out with us. Believe it or not, we got to 500 before in the building. It's just our party got delayed because
Because
of
of
the
the weather.
storms. But again, it's going to be February 28th at Hard Rock Cafe, 111 West Crockett Street. Starts at 6 o'clock, goes to about, I don't know, 10, 11, 12. We'll probably, Chica asked me, she goes, are we going to karaoke at some point that night? If Mexican Junior's there, chances are we are. Okay. maybe we go to a second location or whatever the case may be, but it's going to be fun.
Maybe.
We'll be out there. I'm looking forward to it all. Hey, if you have any questions about financial topics, give me a call, 210-508-0369. I've been in the financial industry for 20 years, handling investments, long-term care, life insurance, disability insurance, basically things that are revolve around money. Give me a call, 210-508-0369. Joe, the odds for Super Bowl, what's it called? The 61's halftime show, those odds got released yesterday as well as to who the next performer is going to be. Guess what? It wasn't even the leading person for this is something that we didn't even bring up, Joe.
No.
We didn't bring up. Vegas odds have as the favorite to be the Super Bowl 61 performer being, drum roll please, Miley Cyrus.
Really?
I can see it. She's got the chops. She's got the discography. She's got the 5 or 6 hits needed for that. You know, Party in the USA. Come on, everyone sings that song when it comes on, dude. I don't care how hard you are. If Party in the USA comes on, came in like a wrecking ball. Came in like a wrecking
Johnson
ball.
has it. Right? He plays it in the Spurs locker room. Keldon Johnson does. Yeah. Came in like a wrecking ball. Is that what you're going to do with karaoke?
Well, I'm not as big of a wrecking ball. I
no,
came in
singing the song. I'm God, Mike.
I wouldn't get mad at that, Joe. You know, as Mikey Mendes says, she got songs. You know, Party in the USA, Wrecking Ball, I Can Buy Myself Flowers, The Climb. I mean, she's got 4 or 5 songs that we all know.
Yeah.
I mean, and the country angle to it all is that her dad is Billy Ray Cyrus. Maybe she does something with Billy Ray.
Yeah.
And if Billy Ray Cyrus is there, doesn't that mean Lil Nas X has to be there for Old Town Road?
No.
I'm just saying.
They're trying to cancel Billy Ray. If you ain't heard recently, Mike, he's done some shady things, man.
Yeah. The other 2 favorites out there are Sabrina Carpenter and Ariana Grande are also big up there as being possibilities. But it's Rock Nation's thing, and Rock Nation, I can see Rock Nation rocking with Miley. Miley, like nobody hates Miley Cyrus. You know, it doesn't mean you don't like her music. You cannot like her music, but no one hates Miley Cyrus.
No,
I'd be okay with it. But I think the dark horse could be, if I'm going to bet on this, Joe, BTS. Have a Korean show.
I don't know if that'll happen, Mike. They said Sabrina Carpenter. JHNSB says, can't name one Sabrina Carpenter song. Not a household name just yet.
Oh, no, she's a household name, just not in your household. She's a big time. Again, this is for people between the ages of 18 to 40. By the way, the Bad Bunny halftime show, Joe, was the most watched part of Super Bowl 60. More people watched the halftime show than the actual game.
The Bad Bunny.
So knowing that, Joe, that's how you know the NFL made the right decision. If more people watch halftime show than the game, that means people specifically tuned in to watch the concert.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't care for the music, but I said I didn't mind the message, you know? Everything else was cool. Like, the performance was good, you know, like they had all these, you know, celebrities that showed up, you know, and they were kind of Easter eggs, you know, oh, look at this person, look at that person showed up. You know, Lady Gaga was there, and they had some boxers and other people that were, you know, kind of popular over in Puerto Rico that have made it big, gone on to made it big. They showed him there. They had Ricky Martin there and all that kind of stuff.
He did good, dude. He did good. Yeah, I went down a rabbit hole yesterday with the whole, like, you know, 90s Latin pop culture stuff, you know, whether it be Gloria Stephon, you know, that was fun. It got old, but that was fun. Ricky Martin's music, I only liked about 3 songs of his back in the day, right? I didn't really have like a big old Ricky Martin moment or anything like that.
Yeah.
But The one singer from the 90s that I did like that was kind of in that same vein, that same Cuban Miami sound type of thing,
Yeah.
was John Cicada. I really like
God.
John Cicada. Like I was listening to that one album that he had popular in the early 90s where he won the Grammy for he won 2 Grammys for it. Do You Believe in Us? The song Angel, Another Day Without You. Those are John Cicada's good, dude. That's prime. That's the perfect music for shopping at HEB, right?
There you go.
You know.
Well, they had Bad
Do
Bunny.
you believe in us? Come on.
They had Bad Bunny, right? So would it be cool? What if they had another Mexican act next year?
Well, they've had 2 in the last 5 years, man, because they had Shakira
Yeah.
and J-Lo a while back.
Hey, man, Shakira looked good, bro. Next to J-Lo, that booty shake hit different, bro.
If you're gonna have a Latin act, wouldn't it be Karol G?
Maybe, who knows?
But maybe you'd be going back into doing the Puerto Rican thing or all over again. I think she's Puerto Rican. I think
They ain't gonna put Drake out there. I don't think they would put Drake out there, dude.
I don't know, man. Like, I don't like Drake's music. I understand it. And there are a couple of songs I would nod my head to back in the day. He's been around for a long time. But man, Kendrick eviscerated him. Just took his nuts.
You haven't really heard much about him, dude. He doesn't make that much public appearances or anything anymore. But he asked for the smoke.
He asked for it.
He asked for it, dude.
And then he's wanting to sue him. He's wanting to sue Kendrick Lamar.
Why?
For this,
He's the one that instigated the whole thing.
It's funny because Drake is accused of using bots to pump up his numbers on Spotify to make him look like a bigger star than what he is. I mean, I know he's big. He's a big star.
Yeah.
But I mean, Usher's already done it. I don't know. It's Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran with like a Jamie Foxx type of thing going on.
Yeah.
That's a possibility.
You have like JHNSB and Tony Ornelas going at it in the chat. Come on, guys. Be nice to one another, dude. It's enough.
Oh. Why is there beef on the chat? I never understand. Why do we got to make the chat ghetto?
Be nice, man. Be nice to one another, dude. Come on. It's for us to have fun and be respectful of one another. Come on.
Spurs are going to beat the brakes off of Golden State tonight. No Steph Curry, no Jimmy Butler. Golden State also missing 2 other players. Spurs are going to be without Steph Castle, but we should be fine. Joe, the spread is 8.5. Are we going to beat them? Okay, how about this, Joe? Spurs first time since 1978 with 130 plus points per game in 3 games in a row. Will the Spurs score 130 or more tonight, Joe? What says you? Joe Stradamus, what says you?
For who? In the halftime?
No, 130 for the game.
Oh, 130 for the game?
Will the streak
I don't
continue?
know if it's going to be scoring that's 130 and probably being like maybe 115, 123, something like that range. I think the Spurs will win either way. I think Golden State will put up about 100. So I think the Spurs will win by at least 15,
By 15. I like it, Joe.
By 15, dude. I think they'll win by 15.
So what you're saying is, Joe, the Spurs are contenders. Because at that point, they would have won.
They're going to win. Against Golden State. Golden State is not a title
Joe, why do you
anymore,
Joe, flip-flop yourself.
Come on, Mike.
Flip-flop yourself. Flip-flop yourself.
No, they're not a title contending
about
team,
about your Patriots. You were like, you play who's in front of you.
Yeah, I know, but you acting like they beat Golden State. Oh, they're contenders.
Chancla.
They're not, bro. No.
Chancla, Joe. Chancla yourself, Joe.
Who do they have on Golden State? Curry's out.
Yourself.
Draymond Green probably ain't gonna play. I'm like, come on, bro. This is gonna be another easy win for them, man.
And that
you can only beat who's in front of you, Mike. But I'm just saying, like, if they sit everybody injured in Golden State, I mean, what do you think is gonna happen?
Joe, at that point, the Spurs would be 38-16 on the season, Joe. Oklahoma City on the road against Phoenix, and then again, no Spurs games for a week, which sucks because I'm gonna miss when the Spurs are not playing. Like, I love Spurs season. I love the end of October to May. I love it. It's good times, man. Good times. Well, Joe, let's call it a show.
Yeah.
Thank you to everybody in the chat. Hit the like button. And Mario Cavalli say Mark Anthony's better than John Cicada.
Anthony.
Baby. Mark Anthony's great, dude. But I saw Mark Anthony in a movie the other day. It was Man on Fire with Denzel Washington. It was Mark Anthony in that movie, right?
Yeah.
I think he played the dad. Very nice. Tony saying Joe's depressing me today.
Not an impressive win, but
What did,
one.
what did Alex say about Biombo? He goes under 130 because that fourth quarter lineup of Biombo, Olenek, and McLaughlin sucked at scoring. Yeah, it's funny. You're like, who are these guys? And then Sohan's there chewing his nails on the sideline.
Yeah.
What is he doing?
What's up with Tony, dude?
We need to have a conversation about that, man, because we know that Sohan is not a very, very good player. No matter what his stands say, right? But there's got to be more to the story. Like, he had to have pissed off somebody.
Yeah.
He must have done something to not be in the rotation anymore, or be considered for the rotation, or not even have junk time minutes. There's something to the story that we're not told about.
And you know what? You probably won't ever find out, because there's other things that have happened behind closed doors with other players in the Spurs organization that we'll probably never see the light of day, and that's just the way they keep things, dude.
Yeah. And again, I'm just throwing this out there, Joe. But he did something. What did he do? I'm not going to speculate and say that he did a Josh Primo.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that you knew when Josh Primo did something because he stopped playing.
Yeah.
What did he do?
Who knows, man?
Well, but you agree with me that something happened, right?
Something could have happened. When you had Steven Jackson, right, with the San Antonio Spurs, the reason that he got ousted was why? He went at Coach Pop during a practice, right? Him and Coach Pop got in a heated shouting match. Steven Jackson even said some disrespectful things to Pop. And Pop said, your ass is getting traded. Basically. Right. And he's like, well, he didn't lie. His ass did get traded, because he's not going to put up with that. And it probably just wasn't that one event that caused it. It was probably other things leading up to this. This was just the last straw, right? So maybe the same thing happened with Jeremy. We'll never know, but maybe there was other things going on behind the scenes and they just finally had enough,
I don't know, man. I don't know if it's personal in nature or they just looked at him and say, hey, man, you just don't fit this team. I understand that he sucked, as people were saying, Sean Quintero saying he sucked. I understand that. But he didn't suck to the point of no minutes.
Yeah.
He sucked to the point of 10 to 12 minutes per game. Because you could at least say, well, he's all right defensively. He's all right to bang bodies. You can use him for 6 fouls. But for him to be completely yanked from the lineup and have DNPs 12 of the last 13 games or how many it's been.
Yeah.
There's something personal there, Joe. Because you can kind of see it when he's out on the court that he knows he's not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when I come home and if my dog has scratched something he shouldn't have scratched or has made an accident, kind of like cowers off to the side, like looks the other way. He knows he did something wrong. I get those vibes from Sohan that he did something wrong. I'm not saying he did something illegal or even something unethical, but I'm saying that something is amiss. And we'll like you said, Joe, we're never going to know.
Yeah, maybe the thing that he did wrong is he just didn't put 2 and 2 together, right? Like they wanted him to kind of develop a little bit more, and he just didn't put in the work to get to where they wanted him to be. Maybe at the end of the day, they just got frustrated with the lack of him wanting to be where he needed to be. And they just said, all right, you're not moving along, where we want you at this point in time. We're just going to sit you because you haven't really put in that work, so to speak.
It could be something as silly as him missing curfew. Really.
Who knows?
Because he's a young guy, Instagram model girlfriend. Maybe the priorities weren't there, but something happened. Yeah. Joe said he was drunk. Oh, Greg asked about Cornrow Bryant is on one.
God. Yeah, he is. He is on one.
I was like, man, that Lindy Waters is balling. Oh wait, that's Carter Bryant. Sorry, my bad.
Carter Bryant looked pretty good, dude. Like he's getting ready for the dunk contest.
Yeah.
And that's coming up here shortly too, because we got the NBA All-Star festivities taking place starting Friday. They have the celebrity game, and I think was it the Rising Stars Challenge or something like that is going to be happening. Did you see who's going to be? I think it's part of the Skills Challenge or something like that. They had Ron Harper, right?
Yeah.
They have Ron Harper Jr. and they have Dylan Harper all on the same team.
Nice.
Ain't that cool? You have the father and his two sons. That's pretty cool.
That's cool. That's cool. All right, Joe, let's call it a show. Everyone have a fantastic day. Thank you so much to P.F. Chang's La Cantera. Don't forget it's half off bottles of wine and champagne. P.F. Chang's La Cantera. Go there. You can order Uber Eats from there. You can order takeout from there, Postmates, whatever the case may be.
Curbside.
Again,
Sean will come out and give you your order
curbside.
personally.
But again, we are sponsored by the location at La Cantera, not the 281 location.
Yeah.
You say, hey, we out to 281 in Bassy. Good for you. But the ones that support our show are the ones over at P.F. Chang's La Cantera. Go check them out. Go check out the Hard Rock Cafe. Great date night. I want to do a commercial that says the burgers are delicious, by the way.
You
So
can.
very, very nice. Everyone have a fantastic day. Again, any financial issues as far as like investments and insurance are concerned, give me a call, 210-508-0369. Hope everyone has a fantastic day, and we'll be back tomorrow when the Spurs are victorious yet again. Go Spurs, go.
Go Spurs, go. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace out.